Let me tell you what is happening to thousands of engineers right now. They spend months, sometimes an entire year learning AWS, GCP, Azure, and they grind through Udemy courses at 1.5x speed. They study flashcard at night, they take the exam, they pass, and they get their certification badge. They put it on LinkedIn, and for the brief moment, it feels like something is about to change. Then they build projects, a to-do app, a weather app, a static website deployed to S3, they upload everything to GitHub, they write a resume, and they start applying. And then nothing. Resume after resume, application after application, day turns into the week and the silence is loud. And when they finally do get an interview, the first real question the interviewer asks is this: tell me about a real project you have built. And they say, I built a to-do app, I built a weather app, I deployed a static website to S3, and the interviewer nods politely and moves on to the next candidate. I have been on the both sides of the table, and as a Google Cloud engineer, someone who works with these platforms at the deep level and advise teams on the production architecture, I want to tell you something that most content creators in this space will not say it loud. Certification get you in the door. Your projects are what actually gets you hired. And most people are building completely wrong projects. Today I am going to give you 5 cloud projects that actually move the needle. Projects that interviewers remember. Projects that make hiring managers slow down, look twice, and say this person has built something real. Each one comes with the full architecture, the services, how they connect, and the most importantly, the why behind each decision. Because the why is what interviewers are actually testing, and one of those projects I'm going to walk you through the full Google Cloud implementation, because GCP has some genuinely best-in-class services for this use case, and I want to show you how exactly you can use them. Let's get into it. But before 5 projects, let me spend 2 minutes on why the standard advice keeps failing people. The typical portfolio advice looks like this: deploy a website to S3, trigger a Lambda function, spin up an EC2 instance. Congratulations, you know the AWS. And those things are not wrong, they are just incomplete. They prove you can follow a tutorial, they do not prove you can think like an engineer. When a hiring manager opens your GitHub, they are not checking whether you know what S3 is. They are already assumed that what they are actually looking for is evidence of 3 specific things. First, architectural thinking. Did you make deliberate design decisions? Did you choose one approach over another for a reason you can defend? Second, operational maturity. Does your project have monitoring? Does it handle the failure gracefully? Does it have a proper security, or did you just get it running and move on? Third, business awareness. Does this project solve a real problem? Can you connect your technical choices to outcomes like performance, reliability? A to-do app demonstrates none of these. It demonstrates that you can write crude operations, which is a developer skill, not a cloud engineer skills. The 5 projects I'm walking you through are designed to demonstrate all 3. They are based on real patterns that companies, including the ones you want to work at, actually use in production. Project number 1, multi-tier serverless API with full observability. You are building a production grade REST API backend, the kind that could actually power a real application, built entirely on serverless infrastructure, no servers to manage, no fixed cost, scales automatically from 0 to millions of requests. The request flow goes like this: a user hits your API, the request passes through the API gateway first, your front door. API gateway handles routing, rate limiting, and authentication before anything touches your business logic. Behind the gateway sit a Lambda function, one per endpoint or per domain. Each one is stateless, short-lived, and independently deployed. Your data lives in DynamoDB, a fully managed NoSQL database that scales horizontally without configuration. Now here is what separates this from a basic Lambda tutorial. You build fully observability on top of it, structures, logs in CloudWatch, custom metrics, a dashboard showing request rates, error rates, latency percentiles, and cold start frequency, alarms that trigger when error rate spikes. In an interview, you can talk about why you choose serverless over containers. For this use case, you can explain the cold start trade-off, you can show your monitoring dashboard, explain what each metrics means. You can talk about why handle authentication at the gateway layer rather than inside the function. And why? That is architecturally correct decision. Every one of those talking point is something a real cloud engineer deal with every day. Most candidates cannot speak to any of them. Project number 2, containerized microservices with a full CI/CD pipeline. You are building a multi-service application broken into independent containers with a complete automated pipeline that takes code from your laptop to production without you touching a single server manually. Start with your application broken into at least 2 or 3 services: a user service, an order service, authentication or notification service. The content is almost secondary. The architecture around it is what matters. Each service lives in its own Docker container with its own repository in container registry. Separate registry per service means separate deployment lifecycle. You can update one service without touching others. Your CI/CD pipeline lives in GitHub Action. Push to main. The pipeline runs your test, build a new container image, pushes to the registry and deploy the updated service automatically. Minutes, not hours. No human intervention. Your services run on ECS Fargate or AKS and Azure. It's totally serverless container infrastructure. You define what to run and how many, and the platform handles the rest. In front of everything, a load balancer distributes the traffic and handles zero downtime deployments. CI/CD is mentioned in every 70% of the cloud engineering just posting right now. Containerization mentioned is nearly everyone, but more importantly, this projects give you real deployment strategy to discuss in interviews. Why rolling deployments over blue-green? How does the pipeline handle a field deployment? Why does container isolation matters for independent scaling? Those are not theoretical answers. They are things you actually ran into while building. They are the things that you actually ran into while building. And that realness, interviewers feel it. Project number 3, infrastructure as a code. Full environment in Terraform, an entire cloud environment, networking, compute, database, security group, IAM roles defined entirely in the code. Not a single resources created manual through a console. Your Terraform code provisions a VPC with properly segmented public and private subnet. Public subnet host your load balancers, private subnet host your compute and databases, isolated from direct internet access. Security group enforces least privileged network access. IAM roles have exactly the permission they need and nothing more. You structure everything into a reusable modules, a networking module, a compute module, a database module. One configuration change and you can spin up a complete staging environment architecturally identical to production in a minute. And here is the details most engineers miss. The one that immediately signals maturity to any interviewer. You can manage Terraform state correctly. Remote state stored in a S3 bucket with DynamoDB locking to prevent concurrent modification. Terraform appears in the more than 75% of cloud job posting today, but having it on your resume and actually understanding it are completely different things. When you build this project, you will encounter state drift, you will hit dependency ordering issues, you will debug important errors. Those painful experiences become the most valuable talking points you have in an interview room. Project number 4, cloud security automation, continuous compliance pipeline, an automated security scanning and compliance pipeline that continuously monitors your cloud environment for misconfiguration and vulnerabilities, and it alerts you when something is wrong. Most engineers treat security as an afterthought, sometime bolted on at the end. This project is about building security into your infrastructure from day one, which is exactly how it is done at the mature engineering organization. Your pipeline runs on a schedule. It scans for common misconfiguration, public S3 bucket that should be private, security group with overly permissive rules, IAM access keys that have not been rotated, databases without encryption. Every scan generates a structure report that flows into centralized logging. Critical misconfiguration trigger immediate alerts, and you wire security checks directly into your CI/CD pipeline from project 2. So infrastructure code that violates your policies is rejected at the pipeline level before it ever reaches the production. Cloud security is the highest paid specialization in the cloud infrastructure right now. But beyond the salary, this project shows everything rare in a junior portfolio. It shows you think about system holistically, that you understand threat surfaces, and that you have moved security out of checklist and into architecture itself. Being able to explain what least privilege means in practice, why policy as a code matters, and how you enforce the compliance automatically, that puts you in a category above 90% of the candidates at your level. Project 5, real-time data pipeline with cloud native AI integration, full Google Cloud implementation. This is the one I want to go deep on, and I am going to walk you through the full Google Cloud architecture, because GCP is genuinely the strongest cloud platform for this exact use case. As a Google Cloud engineer, this is the implementation I would actually recommend to a team building this in production today. You are building a real-time data ingestion and processing pipeline that uses cloud native AI services to enrich the data automatically and delivers the result to a live dashboard. Here is the full GCP stack. Ingest PubSub, data enters your pipeline through Google Cloud PubSub. PubSub is GCP's fully managed messaging service. Think of it as a central nervous system of your pipeline. It decouples your data, produces from your consumer, handles the massive throughput without configuration, and guarantee at least once delivery. You publish events to a topic and your downstream processor subscribe to it. The reason you chose PubSub over a self-managed Kafka cluster here is operational simplicity at scale. No brokers to manage, no partition rebalancing, no cluster sizing, it just works. Processing, Dataflow. From PubSub, events flow into a cloud Dataflow for real-time processing. Dataflow is GCP's fully managed stream and batch processing service built on Apache Beam. This is where GCP genuinely pulls ahead of other cloud for data workloads. You write your processing logic once using the Beam SDK, and the Dataflow handles auto-scaling, fault tolerance, and exactly one processing semantics automatically. You are windowing your events, aggregating by time, filtering noise, all in a managed serverless environment. AI enrichment, Vertex AI and Cloud Natural Language API. As each event through Dataflow passes through an AI enrichment step, this is where it gets interesting. You call the Cloud Natural Language API to extract the entitles, detect the sentiment, and classify the content in the real time. On every event, at a scale, no model training, no infrastructure, you are just consuming Google's pre-trained models as a managed services. If your pipeline handles images or video, you swap in the Vision API or Video Intelligence API. Same pattern, different modality. For teams that want to go further, and this is something I work with some people, or I am just learning about it more, you can integrate a custom model deploy on Vertex AI endpoint in the same environment setup. That particular change takes project from impressive to exceptional. Events lands in BigQuery, Google's serverless, highly scalable data warehouse, and this is a deliberate architecture choice worth explaining in an interview. You are not writing to a transactional database, you are writing to an analytical store, because the downstream use case is querying and aggregating at the scale, not an individual row lookups. BigQuery's storage and distributed query engine that let you run analytical queries across billions of rows in seconds with no indexing, no tuning, no cluster management. That choice, understanding which layer fits which access pattern, is exactly kind of architectural thinking that interviewers are looking for. Visualization, Looker Studio. On top of BigQuery, you connect Looker Studio, formerly as Google Data Studio, to build a live dashboard. Your pipeline is now end-to-end visible. Events comes in, gets enriched by AI, lands in BigQuery, and appear on the dashboard in real time. Infrastructure as a code, Terraform with Google provider. The entire pipeline is defined in Terraform using Google Cloud provider. PubSub topics and subscription, Dataflow job templates, BigQuery datasets and table schemas, IAM binding scope to least privilege, everything reproducible, everything version control. You also set up cloud monitoring with custom dashboards tracking the pipeline throughput, processing latency, and AI enrichment error rates. Alerts configure on all of them. In one project, this demonstrates event-driven architecture, serverless stream processing, managed AI consumption, analytical data storage and observability, and infrastructure as a code. All on GCP, all production grade, all documented. And here is why this matters in 2026. Specifically, every company is trying to integrate AI into their products. The engineers who understand how to build data pipelines that incorporate AI services, not just build isolated demos, are extraordinarily valuable. This project tells a complete story in an interview. Data comes in through PubSub, get it processed and intelligently through Dataflow and the AI APIs. It lands in BigQuery and the surface on live dashboard. That narrative arc is memorable, and as someone who has seen what looks like in production environment, I can tell you that very few junior candidates walks into interview with projects like this. Here is a good lesson that connects all five. None of these are the impressive because of what they do. A serverless API is not impressive. A CI/CD pipeline is not impressive. What makes them powerful is the layer of engineering thinking on top. Every one of these projects forces you to make real decisions. Why serverless and not containers? Why DynamoDB, not RDS? Why PubSub, not Kafka? Why BigQuery and not Cloud SQL? Those decisions and your ability to articulate them are what an interviewer is actually evaluating. They are not testing whether you can follow a document or tutorial. They are testing whether you can think. So when you build any of these, do not just build them. Document every decision. Write a README that explain not just what you build, but why you built it that way. Include your architecture diagram. Note what you could do differently at the production scale. That documentation is the difference between a project that gets scrolled past and a project that starts a conversation. And good conversation leads to offers. And one more thing, the candidates who stand out are not ones with the most projects. They are the ones with fewer projects that are better understood. 2 deep, well-documented projects beat 10 shallow ones every single time. Let's do quick recap. Project 1, serverless API with observability. Project 2, containerized microservices with CI/CD. Project 3, full infrastructure as a code in Terraform. Project 4, security, automation and compliance pipeline. Project 5, real-time data pipeline with AI integration on Google Cloud using PubSub, Dataflow, Vertex AI and BigQuery. One important thing is that you do not need to build all 5 at once. Pick one that matches where you are today, build it properly, document it thoroughly, put it on GitHub, then come back and build the next one. Each project compounds on the last. By the time you have 3 of these completed and well documented, you have a portfolio that tells a story. And that story is this person knows how to build production cloud infrastructure, not just follow the tutorials. I have just one request from you. Drop a comment. Which of these 5s are you building first? And if you are going the GCP route on project 5, drop a comment. I will personally give you feedback on your architecture. I look at them. See you in the next one. Till then, keep building. Goodbye.